This is Exalt from the Pittsburgh Knights. I'm going to be showing you KO's abilities and what I think are the best ways to use him efficiently. First ability is Fragment. Equip an explosive fragment, fire to throw. The fragment sticks to the floor and explodes multiple times, dealing near lethal damage at the center with each explosion. So the nade covers a pretty large radius and it will pulse 4 times. So every time that it pulses, you're going to take damage. The closer you are to the center, the more damage you'll take from each pulse. Think of it like a Sova shock dart. If you land on the edge of it, you're not going to take as much damage as if you were in the middle or hit directly on. So it pulses 4 times and it'll destroy anything within its radius. It will destroy a a Cypher trip. It will destroy a Killjoy turret. It'll destroy Killjoy mollies. And it's also really, really good at flushing enemies out of corners with its really large radius and ability to do damage over the course of 4 hits. The second ability is going to be his flash drive, which pretty much operates as his flashbang. That is this agent's flashbang, and you have a left click and a right click. So your left click is just a regular overhand throw of the flashbang, and after about 2.5 seconds, the flashbang will pop. And you also have a right click. Your right click is the same concept, except you're going to underhand the flashbang and it pops after 1 second of traveling through the air. If you're a Counter-Strike player, the flashes that this agent will throw will be pretty similar to Counter-Strike in the way that you're able to throw them. You can throw them over buildings. You can throw them off of walls. You can make them bounce. You can also make them bounce off the floor. You can make them bounce over the Jenny. You get what I'm saying? If you're a Counter-Strike player, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The third ability is going to be 0 point. So pretty much you're equipping a blade. Now let me no clip real quick so I can show you the radius on this blade. So when you throw this blade, it emits an EMP charge. You see how big the radius is? If you're caught within this radius, it doesn't matter if you're behind a wall, if you're in the radius, you're going to be what's called suppressed. Now, while you're under this negative status effect, which is suppressed, you're not able to use any abilities. So if you're Jet and you're suppressed, you can't throw smoke, you can't updraft, you can't dash, you can't activate your knives. You can't use any of those abilities for 8 seconds. You are suppressed for 8 seconds when you're hit with this ability. This ability in particular has a really cool concept in the way that you're able to see how many people you hit and who you hit. If you're playing a game and you throw a knife, let's say onto A site and you're on attack and you hit 2 people, it'll tell you how many you hit and who you hit. It's very odd, like it just shows up as a little text box on your screen of who you hit. The only way that you can get away from it is by shooting it. So if you see the guy, or if you see KO throw his knife, you're able to shoot it before it pops, like you would shoot a Sova dart, and you're able to stop yourself from being suppressed. Or if you're outside of the range, you can just stay outside of the range and you won't get hit. His fourth and final ability, his ultimate ability, this one's pretty interesting. It has a lot of components to it, so bear with me. When you activate the ability, you're pretty much going to emit, I believe every 3 seconds, you're going to emit an EMP charge, sort of like the one from your knife. Okay? You're going to emit this EMP charge, and it will suppress the enemy for 4 seconds. Okay, every time you hit them, it'll suppress them for 4 seconds, and you have 4 charges that pulse every 3 seconds. So if you're on site and the KO's here and he's ulting, if you get hit with every pulse, you're going to be stunned or suppressed for about maybe 10 to 12 seconds minimum. Using this ultimate and you're letting out this EMP charge, you also have a combat sim. So if you're Reyna ulted or Brim stimmed, you know how you're able to shoot faster? You'll be able to do that while in the ult. Another really cool thing while in this ultimate is that you're able to go down. The best way that I can explain it, it's kind of like Fortnite. When you go down in Fortnite or any battle royale game and you have to res your teammate, that's pretty much what it is. When he goes down, he gets on his hands, his knees, and he just sits there and he waits, and you have 15 seconds to res him. While he's in this state, you have like 15 seconds to res him or he dies. And he also has 850 HP while down on the ground. So you're able to shoot him and kill him, but you have to burn through 850 HP before you're able to do that. So this is his ult. So that's the pulse charge that I was talking about. You also have the combat stim. And if I were to go down while this ult is activated or die, I go down on the ground and then I need to wait for your teammate to come res me. So I think the really strongest thing about KO's kit is his ability to take early map control against agents like Sage, against agents like Astra, against agents that have really good stopping power very early on in the round. Now, a really cool thing about this guy's knife, KO's knife, is that it recharges, I believe, in 35 seconds. So if you take a round into the late game, you'll be able to throw about 2 to 3 of these knives if you're alive for the entire game. So for ideas like that, you're able to throw it at the start of the round, sort of like a Sova dart for information, and also the ability to suppress somebody. Another example, if there's a Jet hopping in mid, I could just throw this knife, the Jet gets hit, she's not able to dash away. So if we're able to catch her, the only reason a Jet would ever play down here and hold a wide angle is because she knows she can dash to market after taking a shot. If we're able to get that information and throw this here, the Jet is no longer able to dash away, and we're able to use those 8 seconds, our 8-second window, to net a kill in this particular situation. As far as like flashes and using your fragment go, if you know he's in the cubby, you're able to like throw a frag. You can lob it in the corner. It actually covers the whole area, so you're able to like flush out areas of the map pretty easily. What I really like about this flash is that you're able to throw it through multiple different things. So I was in the server and I was finding some lineups, so I was trying to find different ways to throw flashes, sort of like Counter-Strike, you know what I mean? You throw them over buildings to pop flash other areas, and you're able to, help your teammates net kills. So this particular flashbang is a crouch jump throw. It pops in mid, sort of like right here, and it'll pretty much blind all of mid. This agent is going to be a very team-oriented agent. I would recommend this agent to someone who's more of a team player, someone who doesn't try to throw flashes for themselves. Sometimes you're going to need to do that, but I think the most efficient way to use this agent is by throwing flashes for your teammates. Another really cool concept is that at the start of the round, you can have your Jet dash to here, while also having your KO throw a flashbang like this over the roof, and it'll pop quite nicely into A main here, and you'll be able to peek with it, be able to get good kills. So that's pretty much KO and his abilities and his kit, and just a couple of ideas that I think are really good, and you're able to use these ideas generally across all maps. I think KO is going to be a really big agent in terms of changing the meta, and I think he's going to be played a lot in pro play. You're going to see him picked a lot on maps like Ascent, on maps like Haven. I don't think you'll see him much on Split. I think Split's his worst map. You're definitely going to see more Breach on that map than anything. But on maps that have, like more or less open skyboxes, long air, like long ranges where you're able to, utilize the flash. So thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Knights channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.